Hey guys! So today's video I'm going to be doing a makeup and mystery, but really quick, so I did my July Sephora order this month. I think I'm going to do my August Sephora order in July because I'm planning to pick up a bunch of palettes, like expensive palettes, like one Pat McGrath palette, one Anastasia palette, and one Patrick Ta palette. I really want to try, so I think I'm going to do that because those in themselves is going to be $200 by themselves. It's like what I'm trying to say is that I want to pick up the palettes when I have the extra money. This week I'm still doing my Pat McGrath order because I have to wait till Tuesday, which is 2 more days to do that. And I'm also going to be doing an alter ego order, I think. I'm going to order the Natasha Denona dupes, and I think I'm going to order some Jeffree Star as well, and I might even, I don't know. I do know I'm going to get another Sims 4 kit for the gaming channel. I think I'm going to do the laundry day stuff, and then obviously when we do that, I'll show the stuff to you on camera. But anyways, today we are covering the case, a very, very famous case actually, and it is the Travis Alexander case and Jodi Arias. This is a very, very famous case, and actually when Brandon actually moved in to my parents' house with me when I was pregnant with Kai, we got Hulu, and one of the first things we watched on Hulu was a true crime documentary, and what they had covered the Travis Alexander case. So, and I actually remember this case happening when I was in school. I remember it was literally a debate, like little middle schoolers debating this whole situation. Can you believe that? Like, we all thought we were so adults. We weren't. I'm a little thirsty, so I might get up and get some water, I think. So just keeping that in mind, I might have to take a tiny, tiny, tiny little break. So I'm going to take my Going Coconuts palette. I'm pretty sure Get Kraken and Palm Reader and Shredded and Nutty are in the little Going Coconutty palette. I need to pull that out and compare them because they're not named the same. Like the Nutty is Nutty Nuts for You, I think is what they called it in the new palette. So if it's the same and they're just renaming eyeshadows, like, that's crazy. Even though I do a ColourPop order every month, I'll probably still do one just because it's ColourPop and it's inexpensive and I love ColourPop. I'm going to take Shredded right here. This is not a makeup tutorial. We are talking about Travis Alexander's brutal murder. So I don't really want to get into like the history because I think a lot of people really just know about this case. And I just want to talk about them catching Jodi Arias and the trial itself. I had to go get some water. Jackson was hungry, so I had to make him a bottle. And now I think we're good to figure out the kind of look I'm gonna go for. So Jodi Arias is actually serving life in prison without parole, and I remember when she was found guilty, she made a statement during, like, afterwards, stating that she wanted the death penalty, that she didn't want to live. And I remember thinking, like, oh, well, that's very noble, but I was also young. I talked to my parents about it, and my parents were telling me about how, like, she did that on purpose to get people to basically give her the exact opposite, which is what she in reality wanted. She wanted life in prison without the possibility of parole, because those are the only two options, either the death penalty or life in prison without parole. And so she told people that she wanted the death penalty so that they would give her the opposite. Basically like reverse psychology. Yeah, I think I have my orders kind of like set on what I'm buying and what I am not buying. I'm very proud of myself because I actually have not been in the mood to buy, other than the alter ego. Alter ego, for some reason, I am like, I want every single palette. I think it's because they look like Natasha Denona palettes, and I want to do a top 5 from Natasha Denona, top 5 from Pat McGrath, top 5 from Charlotte Tilbury. That's not my favorite brand at all. I'm not really the biggest fan of Charlotte Tilbury. In fact, if you watched my summer declutter, then you would know that I actually gave away most of my Charlotte Tilbury products because I just didn't like them. They just weren't up to par on my standards. I only have one more video to film for the summer declutter, and then it's literally done, and I'm so excited because the declutter box is full. The declutter box is full. I think I'm gonna do a full other video though afterwards, maybe after I declutter my YouTube kit. I think I'm gonna after I declutter my YouTube kit, what I want to do is, he had a rough day yesterday, so I'm letting him be a baby. What I think I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to do a roundup and show you guys in a separate video everything that I decluttered, because I did declutter a lot, so I just want to maybe have a recap video. I don't know, let me know what you guys would think about something like that, because I'm really into it. I have to, after this video, I literally have to pull up the calendar. And I have to see and plan out my videos for the last few days of the month, because I try to have my last videos coordinate with that month's favorites, disappointments, and trash products. I meant empties is what I meant. I don't know what I'm thinking. Just ignore me. I'm stupid sometimes. So I had to figure that out, and I also have to figure out my declutter day, the day I'm gonna be finishing my declutter and then posting my declutter, because it's my summer declutter. I know that I'm talking about my declutter in a video where we were supposed to be talking about somebody getting killed. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it. I think that how they caught Jodi Arias was really crazy, because they caught her like due to the camera. I just remember she wasn't like the smartest, because like she had put the camera in like the washer, but police were still able to recover it, because like that's what they do. Like that's what that spot of police, that's literally what they do, is they recover things that you try to destroy. So I remember that's how they caught her, but like when Travis Alexander was murdered, the police obviously asked, like, is there anybody that you know of that would want to harm him? And everybody in Travis's life had said Jodi Arias. Actually, a first 48, I believe. No, it was a Lifetime episode that they made centered around his murder. And Jodi actually is in the episode talking about Travis. And this was before I think she got arrested too. When she got arrested, she had said some horrible things about Travis, saying like she was doing it in self-defense and that he was a child abuser. And I mean, like, I cannot imagine how Travis's family felt. I don't know what I would do. Like, Travis isn't here to defend himself. Only, like, the people who knew him, like, the people on this earth, his family, can defend him. Because this woman is, like, trying to ruin his name. So, I mean, like, it wasn't like... It was like she killed him, and now she's trying to ruin his name. All because he had broken up with her, and she could not accept that, and he was moving on. I know that he had actually had somebody else he was going on, like, a trip with. So he was moving on. And it was evident that he was moving on from the relationship. I know that they had a very toxic relationship for, I think it was like 2008, 2007, in that area. Like, they had an extremely toxic relationship. And there are quite a few cases where stuff like this happens in toxic relationships. So, it's just horrible. I know people that knew Jodi say that she always had to have a boyfriend. It's kind of like one of those things where, like, there are some girls out there that just don't want to be alone. You know something? It's okay for women to feel that way. It is so okay for there to be a woman out there that says that she doesn't think that she can go through life without having a partner, without having somebody to love her. That is so okay. And there's no reason to say mean things about women like that. I mean, I'm not a person like that. I personally would prefer to not have anybody in my life aside from my boys, because they are the only ones that matter. But at the same time, like, they don't kill their ex-partners. That is where the problem in the Jodi Arias case lies, is that she killed her ex-partner. And people his roommates didn't even realize it until, like, I think that there was a smell started coming from his room, and it had been locked. So they called the police. And I believe even on the 911 call, the 911 operator said, "Is there anybody you know of that would hurt him?" And they instantly said, "Yes, Jodi Arias." I just honestly feel for Travis's whole family because they had to go through this whole trial. I think that it's very commonly known that his family even instantly thought it was Jodi. You know, we as humans, we have our gut instincts. My mom's is really good. I usually try to listen to her gut instinct because it's better than mine. I mean, mine's getting better now that I'm a mom. But I think that his family just instantly had that gut feeling that, like, this girl is bad news. I've had that gut feeling with somebody in my life that this person is bad news and they're probably going to be the reason somebody dies, and there's nothing you can do about it. There really isn't. You know, you just have to be there and support that person, whether they're your sibling, your friend. You just have to support them and hope and pray that they come to their senses one day, although there are a ton of cases where that doesn't happen. I gotta blend that out. Oh my god, I can literally hear Jackson talking in his sleep right now. That probably woke him up. But that's a new thing Jackson is doing at 7 months, is he's talking in his sleep. It's weird, it freaks me out, and it scares the shit out of me, but whatever. It is what it is. It's honestly like, Jodi Arias is not the only person in the world that's like this. We have multiple cases where spouses end up killing their spouses. You know, 9 times out of 10 when somebody is murdered, it's the spouse or ex-spouse that gets looked at first. And it's not even because of this case. It's just like natural, like it's just a thing. Like, look at the Scott Peterson and Lacey Peterson case. Look at the Chris Watts case. I believe I've covered both cases. I want to actually revisit those cases in a separate season. I'm taking some time off after I'm done with my summer declutter from filming this because I've filmed at this point 100 episodes almost. I'm back with my wings. I do have a ton of videos to film today, so this is where I will be sitting. Okay, so I really want to know what you guys think. I think it's pretty widely believed that Jodi killed Travis because he wouldn't take her back. You know, her statement is that he was a child abuser and she was protecting children, that she found the evidence and all that, but she could never provide the evidence. That is something that I want known in my video, is that she says this stuff, that he was a child abuser and she found the evidence and all that, and she killed him to protect children. She could never provide evidence backing this up. So even though she says it, it has never once been proven. No victims have come forward or anything. You know, I think it is very important for people to know the kind of person that Jodi is, and I think that the best way to do that is to know that she is throwing not only the person that she says she loved, Travis Alexander, but also this man who she just murdered, who can't speak for himself. She's willing to ruin his name and reputation to save herself, and I just think that that's so horrible. That's so horrible. She didn't have to take the stand, and she didn't have to say this stuff, but she did. You know, I think it is important to know the kind of person that you are dealing with. And, you know, that's why people are so precautious nowadays when it comes to dating people, is because of cases like this, because you just don't know who you're getting in a relationship with. Like, you have no idea. They could honestly be psychotic. I mean, look at the Gabby Petito case. That case I do plan to cover here. It's a very near and dear case to my heart because we all watched it unfold last year. That case is so sad. I mean, it's so horrible. I wish that it had a better ending, but it didn't. The better ending would have been Gabby obviously being found alive. But it obviously didn't happen, unfortunately. I am intrigued about that case because it's going to be interesting to see if anybody can notice any similarities in the Gabby Petito case in other cases like Chris Watts. In, you know, the Scott Peterson case, this case, the Travis Alexander case. It's going to be intriguing to see if anybody notices it. Chubby boy. Look at how cute you are. God, I really love this color, but I feel like I look like a clown when I put it on. I'm gonna keep giving it chances. It actually looks better with this look than it did with the last look I had. Kai, what do you... But of course, as always, let me know what you guys think down below on this case. And I'm gonna end it here. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye guys! You wanna say bye bye, babies? You wanna say bye bye, baby? See, these boys are the loves of mommy's life. Yeah.